Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of Sacred Line Genesis. This is sort of like a choose-your-own-adventure visual novel. A lot of deaths seem to happen. And the first thing I would like to do, if you haven't watched episode 1, please watch it, because anything I've already read I will not read again. But the first thing I would like to do is tell you about a little bug. Bug reporting. So, after I had reached my first quote-unquote ending, it goes back to the title screen. And then when you come back in here, as a test video, right, I chosen to go right without picking up the flashlight by going left. And you'd think, jumping into the hole in complete darkness, you would die, right? It even says this: I began to feel how something in the darkness was strangling me, embracing me with its void. Unable to resist, I surrendered. That was the end. Game over. So that's a bad ending, / death, whatever. But, as you'll see as I cut the footage in, what happens if we just go right without a flashlight? Jump in. What flashlight? Whoa. Wait a minute. Did I just break the game? I didn't grab no flashlight. I didn't grab the flashlight. And I was able to continue because it somehow remembered I'd grabbed the flashlight. So there you have it. Anyways, new game. This time I'm going to choose to just walk away. Or I'm just going to do that. No? Let's hit reset. Let's just reset the old game, eh? This time, I'm going to choose to walk away. Or run away, in this case. Panic started to overcome me, so I quickly decided to run away from that place and return to my car. It wasn't worth it anyway. Standing in front of the car and searching for the key in a rush, I didn't notice something moving behind me. By the time I realized that I wasn't alone in the woods, it was too late. Suddenly, I became completely still, unable to move even a finger. My vision turned white and pale. Then I began to feel that my flesh began sliding off my bones. A split second before my death, I felt its breath wash over the back of my neck. Game over. Hey, we already got 2 other endings. But that's a game over, not an ending, right? So we're going to do the same things we did last time. Get the flashlight. Read the book. We jump in. What happens if we walk away? I gave up. The false darkness was waiting and didn't lose its chance to consume me. Game over. Okay. Now we're getting a look at this game. Ah, you see that? Did you see that? I already had the flashlight. There was no option to grab the flashlight. That's what I was talking about. So it remembered I had the flashlight, which is a little bit strange. We're gonna jump. Now we're gonna be in a nice little other world. Checkpoint reached. So now if we die, it's okay. Well, you know, I'm not gonna enter the room yet. Let's just enter other codes. We'll start from the top. 699. Oh, if you enter a wrong code, you get, just pushes you out. Alright, continuing. 2 rooms. Above the left one was a sign that read Psychiatrist. Meeting room hung above the right one. Well, I could use a psych evaluation, so. There I found a big book with tests on a table. It was supposed to test followers' knowledge and determine the current level of their psychic state. There was nothing else interesting, and I walked back into the corridor. Let's go in again. There I found a big book with tests on a table. It was supposed to test followers' knowledge and determine the current level of their psychic state. There was nothing else interesting, and I walked back into the corridor. Let's go in it again. No, I'm just kidding. Meeting room. I entered what must have been the biggest room on that floor, one which obviously served as a classroom. I believe it wasn't used for educational purposes, but instead for indoctrination. The only thing that immediately caught my attention was a big spike above a large white board. It was sticking out from the chest of a dead soldier, keeping him impaled on it. Yikes. Polygons were rough in those days, you know? Virtual racing. Even today, I still have no idea what he was doing there, but I have a theory. I think they captured him somewhere and brought him there as a hostage. Based on what information do you think that? For what purpose? Well, I'm out of theories on that one. Based on a fucking fat gas? Anyways, let's continue on our merry way. I stumbled across a hole in the ground. Inspecting closer, I found that it led to a hallway on the floor below. The walls there were fully covered with a strange substance, and there was no clean parts at all. The right side of the hallway led back to the final test place, and the left was blocked by the substance. Jump. So I jumped. The place was some kind of corridor. One way was blocked by the substance, and another one was blocked by a glass barrier, called a window in my parts. There was a door to the right of the barrier, but it was locked. Someone had left a chair there. It was probably a guard's chair. I used it to break the glass. Wise move. On the other side, there was another note stuck to the wall. Dennis, call the guards and ask them to lock all the doors. This is an emergency. Right now. I really hate this rule about phones. Did they have any restrictions on using the internet and mobile phones? I heard some noise behind me and turned to check what it was. It was one of the skeletons, but this time it wasn't lying on the ground at all. It was alive and heading toward me. Towards? Or toward? I needed a weapon. I had no choice but to run back for the chair, but the skeleton was blocking my way. It was about to hit me with its fist, its bony fist with no power whatsoever. There's no muscle. Whoa, wait a minute. What? This is dice rolls? Shit. I'm gonna have to use a random number generator. I don't have a die. Apparently it's a D6. Luckily, I have one for such an occasion. So here we go. I'm gonna roll. This is completely random. I rolled a 4. Dodge the attack. The skeleton raised its fist. Why did he get, like, a sensor bar over his pelvis? Raised its fist above my head. Okay, let's roll again. This is pretty tight. This is sick. 3. Jump to the left wall. I managed to dodge and maneuver behind it. I then grabbed the chair and hurled it at the skeleton, knocking it to the floor. This greatly damaged the skeleton, but it soon rose for another try. It stood and raised its fists again. It's a skeleton. The skeleton raised its fist above my head. Uh-oh. motherfucker broke my leg with one hit, being unable to stand and run. I was defenseless when it raised its fist to strike a fatal blow to my head. It was the end. This is tight. This game is sick. I don't read books. Visual novel, I can get behind that. This reminds me of the Goosebumps Choose Your Own Adventures. Every fucking turn of the page was death. Alright. Checkpoint reached. Just remember that. We're not going to the final test. I will not do it. Oh, we can try another password. This is great. I can't advance too quickly because I won't know when I'm going to select something. There should be a different button to select choices. Do you know what I mean? Well, evil. I tried several other codes with no success. Finally, I decided to leave it and go. That's very strange that I got like a spoof ending my first time. Hole in the ground. What happens if you step back? Ah! Gives you another chance. Jump. Okay, we gotta beat it this time. Come on, dice. 6. Oh, buddy. Dodge the attack. Alright, here we go, Roll again. 2? No! No! Damn it! God damn it! Let's enter the room. This is the final test, huh? It was an empty room, but was bathed in blood. In the center, there was a skeleton impaled on a massive spike. Suddenly, the door closed, and I couldn't open it in any way. The false darkness was waiting. It grabbed my body and dropped it on the spike. Death came instantly. Well, that's all for episode 2. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.